What's up guys, it's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well and welcome to the 1st of February, so the start of a new month. And as always with the start of a new month, we have a hero of the month to have a look at today, and it is one of the busiest starts to the new month I've ever seen. We've got all of these portals open. You've got the Goblin Summon, the Untold Tale Summon, the Underwild Summon, the Seasonal Summon. There's enough summons to make you absolutely sick. So we're going to try and break down these new heroes today. I'm going to start off by having a look at Gladius because he is our new hero of the month, and I'm pretty excited about this guy, to be honest. I think he's going to be an interesting new hero for us in February. So let's get started. So starting off, we're going to have a look at him. He is of the Ranger class, so the Ranger class gives him a chance to bypass defensive buffs when attacking, and this includes counterattack, so that is always very useful. He is of the 2024 family, which we don't know what the bonus is going to be yet. It's very early in the year now to be sort of theorizing about what that bonus is going to be, so we won't know that for quite a good while. He does get two passives. The first passive being a resistance against special skill blocking, which I absolutely love. So he has an innate resistance against status ailments that block special skills. So it's very difficult to shut this guy down with any kind of status ailment. So he can't be silenced. He wants to get his specials off and he wants to make his voice heard. Now his second passive is going to be the mana on enemy defense buff. So he does gain 10% mana when an enemy receives a status effect buff that affects defense. So defense increase, anything that affects their defense, he's going to receive 10% mana when they receive that buff. It's not going to be received for every single buff. It can only activate once per turn. But I do like that passive. It's maybe a little bit more understated, but it's pretty decent and it can definitely help you out. Giving you an extra 10% mana boost is never going to go amiss. So moving over to his stats, if we switch the max power preview off, he's running quite a respectable team power of 915 for a hero of the month. That's not too shabby. His attack is 929, 875 on his defense, and 1577 on the health. So that's pretty good, and I like the fact that he's leaning more towards the attacking side with the stats there. If you do give him the second limit breaks, he's going to benefit from the attack up ether power, which is a really good one. At the start of the battle, he's going to get an extra 20% attack for the first 6 turns, which, as he is a sniper, as we're going to see, and he's a hitter, he can definitely use that attack increase for the first 6 turns. So stats-wise, when you do limit break, we're looking at 1200 team power, which is pretty good. I mean, that is higher than if I was just to go out and go into my roster. One of the heroes I've got second limit broken is Sobek. He's a relatively new hero, but as you can see, his team power with the second limit breaks is only 1130. So the fact that we're looking at a hero of the month at second limit break with a team power of 1200 just gives you an idea of how far along the power creep has come with these heroes of the month. So they're actually quite relevant now in terms of their stats. Now moving on to his special skill. It's called Hunter's Instinct, and he is running at fast speed. Thank goodness for that. Last month's hero of the month running at slow speed was a little bit of a downer, unfortunately, but I do like the fact that we've got a hero of the month at fast speed. Now his special skill is called Hunter's Instinct. And get this, the special skill never misses its targets. That's never misses the targets. Doesn't matter what's going on, whether he's got blind on him or whether the target has dodge, he doesn't miss, which is really, really cool because he deals 500% damage to the target, which is a lot of damage. I've seen that he has actually been increased on the damage since release. He was at 480%. He's now gone up to 500% damage to the target. So a pretty hefty hit, especially with his higher attack stat. And the target then becomes marked for 3 turns. So whenever a marked target dodges, they gain a stack. So maximum 10 stack. each stack increases all damage that the target receives by 5%. So that can increase up to a maximum of 50% increased damage that the target's going to receive after this special fires off. Now, it's not going to work for everybody, as obviously not all heroes dodge, but I believe that it does work for the rogue class, and it is going to work for those annoying heroes like Bastet, and like Sha Wu Jing is a absolutely brilliant hero to take this guy against, because you're going to be able to increase any damage that target receives for the following 3 turns. Now, the mark does only last for a specific amount of turns, but the stack, I believe, will stay on there. Okay, so the stack, which should increase as you hit and as you fire off the special multiple times, but we'll need to see and test that out and see how it actually works in practice. Then he gets an element link as well, which gives all ice allies 10% additional special skill damage for 4 turns, and the effect can't be dispelled. That's an important one not to forget about, because if you do take him as part of an attacking team, he's going to increase the special skill damage for all of your other ice allies, and that can be really useful. So what do I think of this hero overall? I'm quite excited about him, to be honest. I think just as a fast speed sniper, 500% damage to the target is a pretty decent amount. So I think he's going to be doing some hefty damage. I'd probably go ahead and use those second limit breaks on this hero if you can spare them, because that attack boost is going to make that hit even harder. And then if you do increase the damage and you have him paired up with other heroes that also deal damage, not only are they going to get an increased damage on their special skill, but they're going to be able to benefit from that mark that he puts on the target, where he increases all the damage that the target receives. Now, those things alongside his passive, where he gets the innate resistance against ailments that block special skills. I'm not the hugest fan of the secondary passive, but it is there, and it will trigger off and be able to increase his speed. But paired up that with also the fact that he gets that chance to bypass as well, and you've got yourselves a pretty damn good sniper, actually. I think he will be usable on defensive teams as well. I think he is more of an attacking hero, so that's where he's going to shine. But on defensive teams, I'd pop him on the wing, and he's just going to fire off and do some pretty serious damage. This guy, trust me, he's going to be a beast. So congratulations to any of you who do manage to pull Gladius during the month of February. I think we're going to be seeing him quite a lot, and he's going to be a useful hero for the future. So congrats if you do manage to pull him. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think of this guy, whether you think I've got it right or whether you think he's not quite as powerful as he should be. And please do drop us a like and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any future videos. So that's all I've got to say on Gladius for now. I will be back with a couple of reviews on the other new heroes in just a moment. So I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye for now, guys.